Okay, so I think the biggest issue that anyone that does photography, filmmaking, or any hobby actually, it doesn't have to be like photography or filmmaking, it could be something as simple as like Lego. I'm gonna do my best to kind of tidy up a little bit of this, but while we do that, I'm also going to tell you about a few updates that Apple made to iOS 18.2, because these are some updates that I personally am loving, and we'll just get started. So okay, so the first thing that I want to point out is the volume indicator, the volume scrubber on the lock screen. Ever since updating to iOS 18, something that annoyed me from the beginning is that when I started playing a song or something or anything, if I started playing some music and then I went to the lock screen, the volume controls that used to be there are gone. And what was really frustrating about this is that if I play it on, say, my HomePod, what was really annoying, look at how handy that was. What was really annoying is that if I played it on my HomePod, the volume scrubber would be here, but only when connected to the HomePod. That frustrated me. Well, that's what this video is for. I'm going to show you how to get it back. So since 18.2, you have to be on iOS 18.2. Okay, so you're going to go to your settings. We're going to go to accessibility, because that's adding everything that used to be just a standard feature into accessibility. Super annoying. Same with like your automatic brightness that used to just be in display and wallpaper. It's now like buried in accessibility. But let's go into accessibility. We're going to go down to audio and visual. Always show volume control. You are going to hit that and turn it on. So now when I just play my music off of my phone and it goes to the lock screen, turn it on, we have our volume control. We've got our volume control just right here now. It's back. So super happy that I found that one in the settings. That's number one. That's tip number one. Like, just get it straight out. Okay, so thing number two that they've changed is that the videos, like your videos in your photo app, now play full screen once more. Again, this is like another one of those weird changes along with the entire photo app. I don't know anyone who likes the change they made to the photo app, but it's one of those weird changes that again, they've made, and now it's back. So back in 18.1, 18 nothing. When you played a video in your Photos app, it will play in like this weird crunched down version of your video, of your crunched down version in the Photos app. So there'll be like big bars. So now it plays full screen, just perfectly full screen. That's it. That's just something I wanted to point out. Yeah, really cool. Not only that, but now the videos in the Photos app, you can now have an option to turn off the loop. So for someone who just wanted to watch a video and just stop when the video ended, it was annoying that when I got to the end of the video, it would loop back and start playing and I have to manually play it or stop it. Well, now again, in the Photos app, you've got loop videos. You can turn that on and off. I keep turned off now. Oh, while we're on the topic of apps, if you scroll all the way back to the very top of where you have your apps, if you look at this, default apps at the very top, you can manage your default apps. So for me, personally, I like using the default apps for mail, calendar, Safari, whatever. But if you are somebody who wants to use Gmail, you want to use Chrome, you want to use Edge, whatever your preference is, you can now go in and change your default mail client app. You can change your default messages app. Clearly, I don't have anything else that could be the default. It's just messages. But yeah, same thing for everything. Browser app, Safari, Chrome, whatever you want. You can change your default app a lot easier and manage it a lot better in iOS 18.2. Just another fun one for you. Okay, so the next set of features that I'm gonna go over is kind of annoying because they're only available to Apple Intelligence compatible phones, and that is the iPhone 15 Pro and newer. So iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 16, and iPhone 16 Pro. Now what annoys me about this is that some of these features I think are really, really cool, but for some reason they're locked behind buying the newest iPhone, which I think is just super annoying because I don't think some of these features need to be locked behind buying the newest iPhone. This is what happens when you live with a cat. It's not even my cat, and yet I suffer all the consequences of living with this cat. Fur is just everywhere. It's so bad that I sometimes even have the fur creeping into my bedroom, and I don't let it in my bedroom. So that's just how much fur is sticking to my pants or my clothes or whatever to come into the bedroom. So if you're going to continue watching from this point forward in the video, just bear in mind that some of these features aren't available on all iPhones, and that's really annoying. So these are all what are classified as Apple intelligent features, which means you need the newer iPhone to be able to run these features. Actually, I think with the exception of this one is the new mail categorization emails, the categorization of your emails. In your email app, you have different like category. Actually, I don't know if I can show you my emails. I'll show a screenshot of what Apple's website's saying. So you can now have these categorized emails. That's your primary emails, your updates, your transactions, your spam email. They all get categorized. If you're checking your emails, you just have to look through like your primary emails that might be important to what you're probably going in there for. You don't want to look at all the spam emails and all updates and the newsletters that you subscribe to, or the transactions of, here, you just bought this. Cool, I know about that. I'm looking for this one email, and you just can go through your primary email list, your category, and it's so much easier to sort out your emails. Now, what I don't like about this is that it's only on the iPhone. It's currently only on the iPhone, not on the iPad, not on the Mac. So I'm hoping they bring it to iPad and Mac. It'll just be a way better to browse my emails using the categories on my Mac and my iPad. Okay, so now getting into the Apple intelligent features. The first one I want to point out is probably my favorite. So I hate my phone. Like, I hate how much it just drains attention away from me. It's an issue. Now, something that does help with this issue is do not disturb. So if there's like, if I'm at an event, so if I'm like at an event, or I'm in a meeting, or I'm on a phone call, I'm just playing a video game, or I'm working on an edit, like something I just don't want to be disturbed for, I turn on do not disturb, and that works great. However, there are some like key moments that people need to reach you. Like sometimes people need to reach you. Like, it's important that people reach you, and it's annoying that with do not disturb, they just get silenced. Yes, you can have some key contacts be able to break through, but then you're just getting all of the messages and notifications from one key contact or a couple of key contacts, and it kind of defeats the purpose of do not disturb. Of, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to be notified about anything. That's where this new do not disturb function, this do not disturb mode comes into play. And again, I think it's only available on devices with Apple Intelligence, but with that being said, my iPad doesn't have Apple Intelligence, but because do not disturb is a cloud-based thing now, where it connects on my phone, it connects on my iPad, it connects on my Mac. So I think maybe this is also not an Apple Intelligence based thing, but here, I'll just show you. So now under your focus group, you can have this new one called Reduce Interruptions. Now, what this does is that it turns on Do Not Disturb as usual. However, using machine learning and AI or whatever, it detects when somebody texts you an important message from any app. It doesn't have to just be the Messages app. It reads your message it reads the notification coming through, and it says, hey, this one seems important, I'm gonna let it go through. So time-sensitive notification, like reminders, they still go through. Messages that are saying that it deems to be important, they come through. And typically, again, I don't know how well AI is good at determining what's important and what's not, but from my time of using it, every single time it notified me of something important, it's been important. So the Reduce Interruptions focus, or the Do Not Disturb mode, that has been amazing. I love it, absolutely love it. So that's number one, super cool. Right, the second AI feature that is now with Apple Intelligence, that host of features, is the Summarize feature. Now, not the Summarize for notifications, because they don't do the best job. So now when your notifications come in, like maybe a friend sent you a really long paragraph, or somebody sent multiple messages and you just don't have time to read it, tries to summarize it all in like 1 or 2 lines. That's not good. That's not the best. Some of them are good, but most of them are terrible. Summarizing an article I'm reading though, super handy. Summarizing big text, like if I highlight this entire text and then I tell the phone summarize it, key points, like dot points, that's also super handy. So the AI writing tools with Summarize, amazing. Now there's also writing tools where you can have the phone rewrite certain parts of your message, your email, paragraph, whatever. It can proofread, make something sound more professional, make something sound more friendly. that's also, it's handy. I have it proofread, but I don't have it rewrite anything, because then it takes out a lot of what my writing style is. Not changing my text, not changing my emails, all of that is still me. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, Vipop hasn't been writing his emails, yes, I have been. I don't, I just have it proofread to make sure that there's no spelling mistakes, because that's important. There's now some generative apps now, so you can now create your own emojis by putting in a text prompt. Same with like these, what are they called? It's like image playground, where it will create an image. Cool. I don't think I'll ever use it. I think, look, I've used it a couple of times to try it out, see if it's fun. It's okay, but I don't think I'm gonna ever use the image playground. Now, generating the new emoji, I find that pretty cool. I find that fun. Like if I want a panda holding a camera, I'm gonna generate that, and I'm gonna use that emoji 100%. The biggest thing that people are showing is that, you know, Siri has a new animation. It goes around the phone now. Look, I'll be honest, it looks cool. Is it more functional? Yes and no. Like, I'll be honest, Siri was never like a downer for me. Like, what I used Siri for was what's the weather, send this text message, remind me to do this, add this to my calendar, plan my route to this place. Those are the things that I got Siri to do for me. I don't use it that often, but if you do use Siri more often to ask questions like how much fat's in an avocado, who starred in this movie, or what's that song with Kendrick Lamar, if Siri doesn't know the answer to that, it will now integrate with ChatGPT to give you a more concise answer. Now, of course, ChatGPT can be wrong, so I always recommend fact checking. But now Siri is like intertwined with ChatGPT and gives you a lot more of that generative AI answers. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so those are just the few iOS 18.2 features that I personally care about, and hopefully, well, especially that volume one. I'm so happy to have my volume control back. So happy. I don't even know why it was taken away from me in the first place. Now all they have to do is fix the photo app, and I'm happy. I'm happy. Alright, so this was a short one today, guys. I'm not running out of ideas, I'm just tired. So I'm gonna try and hit the ground running this week again with more videos coming out. Look, it's gonna be a big month. Like, I've got a few big things at the end of the month and beginning of next month I'm planning out. It's a whole thing, whatever. So hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good morning, evening, or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.